Welcome to Women Don't Do That, where we empower you with inspiration, knowledge, and skills to redefine your boundaries and unleash your potential. I'm Stephanie Mitton, founder and CEO of Beacon North Strategies and your guide. Small town girl turned CEO while navigating career, motherhood, ADHD, and chronic migraines. Our conversations range from interviews with visionary women to solo episodes filled with actionable insights. We are your hub for turning what ifs into let's go. Are you ready to redefine your possible? Let's get started. Today on Women Don't Do That, I'm talking with Angela Pastor and Julie Kalinowski, co-founders of Fitzroy, Canada's leading dress rental service. They built the Fitzroy from the ground up, from a pop-up boutique into a national business helping women feel confident, whether it's a wedding, galas, a special life moment, a party. We're talking about confidence, cost, sustainability, fit, how dress rental actually works, and also peeling the onion back from behind the scenes of what it's like to grow a business like this and advice they have for women today. If you have ever just wondered, where do I find my next look? You can check out their service. I hope you check it out and I hope you enjoy this interview. Welcome to Women Don't Do That.
Thank you.
I'm so excited to have you here. And one of the things we really like to do is just get to know you a little bit better as we're kicking things off. So what does life look like for you right now? Maybe we'll start with you, Angela.
We're really in our busy season right now. So wedding season sort of in full swing. We're still in prom season. And then there's showers and bachelorette trips, so many spring galas, charity events, graduations, school fundraisers. It's quite crazy at the moment, but it's fun. It's great. We love it.
And what about you, Jules?
Yeah, we love being in the thick of it because it's just like everyone's coming in for all these special occasions. Like it's that time of year, and their sister's getting married or they're winning an award for something, and so it's so great to be able to help them for these really special occasions to look and feel their best.
Yeah, that's really exciting. I'm excited to jump into that a little bit more. The other question we like to ask folks, and maybe we'll start with you, Jules, is what motivates you to live your best life?
Oh, wow. I mean, I guess it's different for what motivates me in terms of business is just kind of what I said, just being able to help women feel their best. Like I love seeing women try things on and like just having this like fun dress dreamland experience where they're just twirling around in the dresses, and that just motivates, and just telling us how many compliments they got when they were out there wearing the dresses. So that is so motivating. And then just in general, I have two kids. I have a 4-year-old girl and 9-year-old boy, and I'm trying to build this business and show them the example of a mom who's trying to, be there for them and grow a business. So yeah, those are big motivators for me.
Yes. Angela?
Yeah, I mean, the same thing as Julie, like just being able to help women from like all walks of life and give them this like special magic Cinderella moment, and then like have help in any way we can with their confidence, and knowing that when they go out into the world in this dress, they're going to feel like the best version of themselves and get all the compliments and just feel really special, and they can do it at like a cost that's affordable to them. That's definitely like our motivating factor. And then like life wise, I think just not wanting to have any regrets, like wanting to make sure that you only get one life, and so we're living it to like our fullest all the time.
So when we start at the beginning of your company, where did the name come from, the Fitzroy?
It's a neighborhood in Australia, like a cool, like kind of hipster neighborhood in Melbourne. And when we started out, we were not a rental company. We were a pop-up shop just selling clothing. I used to live down there in New Zealand, and we kind of thought, oh, we'll have a store that imports cool Australian brands and stuff. So that's where the name came from. And then after a few years, we sort of saw this gap in the market for actually being a rental, formal wear rental company instead, and switched over. But by that point, we were already known as Fitzroy. So we just decided to keep the name, but add the tagline dress rental magic, just sort of like encapsulate what we do, but people said they liked the name Fitzroy, so we decided to keep it.
We had a moment
Yes.
trying to change
Yeah.
it, but we ended up keeping
I got
it.
overruled.
So how did the transition happen to, you ending up in Toronto?
Well,
Oh,
yeah.
we've always been in Toronto,
Oh,
so
okay.
I just happened to live down there like briefly, but we are from Toronto. We actually met in kindergarten in Toronto. So
Yeah.
I love that so much. How has it been like working together?
great.
Great.
Yeah, it's really easy because we know each other so well. So like we know pretty much what the other person thinks or how they will react to certain things, and I feel like confident like making decisions like on behalf of both of us because I know what you're like gonna say, and I think it's vice versa.
So when you were getting started, why did you choose like rental over traditional retail?
Yeah, so and when we were doing the retail pop-up shops, we would notice that sometimes we'd have customers come in and mention that, they really liked a certain piece or certain dress, but they'd only wear it one time. Or we'd have certain like local personalities come in and ask to borrow some of the pieces we carried. So it really got us having a conversation about that and realizing that, wait a minute, we can rent pieces instead of sell them. And so we started testing that out in the retail pop-up we did, and we literally had one rack of a bunch of dresses that were for rent, and it was hard to wrap our heads around telling people you can't buy them, but you can rent it. Like, do you have something coming up? And we found that people were really resonating
They
with
like
that. Like
that.
that first customer, you were there for that.
Yeah, she got two. And like telling people like, oh, you can't buy it, but you can wear it. Like you can use it for the use that you want to use it for. You just won't have it sitting in your closet after. And once people got their head around it, they started telling their friends and more friends, and it just grew really organically from that.
And we loved that we didn't like being on sort of the consumerist side of the business where we feel like you always have to buy something new. While we love that this idea was like part of like you get to have that experience of wearing something designer for one night, which is all you need to wear it for.
Yes.
And just being less wasteful about it.
Feel really special, and the next time you get to come in and pick something completely different and don't feel like guilty that you've got the other one still sitting in your closet.
Yeah, I love the idea. It's just it makes so much sense, right? Like you go to a wedding, you don't necessarily want to wear that again. Sometimes in my work, we go to galas, but you're like it's usually the same people at the galas in Ottawa, and I don't want to wear the same dress every time.
And even just to want to have that variety of wearing something different every time, but feeling guilty about it because it's a bigger ticket item or it's something you don't want to.
And even in Ottawa, there's not as much variety even, right? In terms of fashion compared to some of the bigger cities where, what you guys are doing allow people to access that a little bit differently. What is some of the feedback you've been getting? I mean, you're growing, so I'm assuming it's been really good. Like what is women sharing back with you?
Oh, there's always feedback.
They love it. I mean, like they often just say like thank you for the service, and like I've been using it for years, and I've told everyone I know, and just that it's just they're a happy place to come to. The people who are local in the Toronto area, at least, like that they love coming in and the experience in the change room, trying on with other women, and everyone's complimenting each other and going, "Oh, I actually wore that one before. You should get it. You'll love it." And like we just love seeing that kind of supportive community and camaraderie happen. It's incredible, and we always take feedback from our customers in terms of like styles that they'd like to see more of or that kind of thing, but it's on the whole it's been super positive, and we're so grateful.
That's great to hear. How do you decide what pieces to buy? Like how does your team figure that out?
Yeah, we have certain brands that we work with and we have relationships with, and we know the types of events that we're buying for, and we look at the trends, but we also don't want to be too trendy. Like we look for timeless pieces and things that will hold up for a long time, because this kind of like needs to last through many, many, many wears, and we know what styles do well for our customers and what they're looking for. So yeah, it's fun. It's the most fun part.
Yes, for sure.
And are you finding you mentioned some of those events before. It's like like weddings and proms and galas, or like a special thing for content. Like that's the kind of thing that people are looking for?
Photo shoots. There's so many professional events within every industry. There's like the film industry as well. That's as a resource. But like definitely the biggest thing is, wedding guests and just people attending events in their lives, showers, all kinds of things like that.
Mother of the bride.
Yeah.
As we were preparing for this, I had asked you some questions, and I know one of the things that you guys like are really encouraged by and like to hear about is the confidence that it brings to women. Can you talk about that a bit?
Yeah, we just love, well, it's why we call it dress rental magic, because it's like the magic of coming in here and playing dress up and trying on dresses, and just that feeling of that respite from your everyday life of, if you are in the area and you can't come in, of just coming in here and just like not worrying about anything, and just our stylists are there to be your best friend and like in the process, and just kind of help you look and feel your best. And then when you're out there in the world wearing the garment, that's part of the magic. Is literally every time we get people come back and be like, wow, I've never gotten so many compliments in my life, and this was such a great experience, and I'm never going to buy a dress again.
Stuff. They're like, look.
It's the best thing ever.
It's the encouragement to keep you going for all the hard work.
Yeah,
for sure,
absolutely,
100%. And so we just love that they love the experience, and a lot of them say they don't want to ever buy a dress again, because
why would you?
We agree.
That's so when you have your store in Ottawa that people can go to. I know, Angela, we were talking before that you have pop-ups sometimes. You had one recently in Ottawa, but then you also ship the dresses, right? So can you explain how that works and how people can access it if they're not local?
Yeah, so we are based in Toronto, so we have our showroom here with all the dresses. We did do a pop-up recently in Ottawa, it was the first one. So we're looking at doing that more across the country, hopefully soon. And but every dress is on our website with lots of information about fit, with measurements, with other people's photo reviews that say how they wore it, how they found it fit, and photos. And so you can just order online, and you select the day that you want it to arrive to you, and you get it for 4 or 8 days. And it comes with a prepaid return label and instructions. So it's super easy. You just wear it. You don't clean it or anything. You just drop it back in the mail to us when you're done with that. And then you do it again next time you need something, and you can reserve in advance. So if you know you have something coming up in August, like a wedding or something, you can go online now and reserve your piece to arrive to you for your August wedding. And we ship to everywhere in Canada. So it's like super easy. And if you have any questions too, you can either call us on the phone, or you can do a virtual fitting with a stylist over our website. So they'll have you on Zoom and talk to you about the dress, the sizing. This one has stretch, this one doesn't. It's really easy and it's really fun. So yeah, we're accessible to everyone in Canada.
Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah, the dresses go all over. They go all over the world. Yeah, people take them to, France, they take them to South America, they take them to Australia.
So cool. That's really cool. So you're seeing your stuff all over the place.
Oh yeah, it's really cool. A lot of them go to like red carpets in LA, like
Oscars,
Grammys.
Wow.
All that stuff. So it's really exciting.
That is very exciting.
I know.
What's the size range that you have?
Right now 0 to 20, and we're now just getting in some 22s. So we're happy about that, because we're always trying to expand the size range and push the designers to provide a bigger size range for sure.
Yeah.
And do you have some also for short people?
Oh yeah. We have some that we pre-crop.
Okay. Oh yeah. We have a whole.
I'm particularly short. That's why I'm asking. I'm only 4'10".
Yes.
Oh, so I'm a bit extra petite. So.
Yeah, we have a whole petite section on our site that is gives guidance to like what pieces are best for anyone under kind of 5'4" or 5'3". Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's great. Yeah. So it gives people lots of options.
Yeah.
When we talked earlier about, the rental piece, do you find then it also assists better with cost for people too? Because
a lot of these pieces like range in like around the $1,000 mark. So like to purchase. So I mean, it's just, you don't need to for a one time.
Exactly.
Right. So it's like it gives accessibility to somebody too who maybe
like a lot of these brands, like you'd have to import it from the States, so you're paying duties on top of that as well. or you're, you know, purchasing it like at like Holt Renfrew or something, and it's just so expensive. And we just feel like it's like silly. There's so many costs for women around events and stuff. Like you're getting your hair
Yes.
done and your makeup and all the things. So like the dress can be affordable because you only need to wear one.
And we like to be able to give access to those designers.
Mhm.
Like we have designers like, you know, like
Sally.
Ronnie Kobo, Sal Lee, Love Shack Fancy, For 11 Lemons, Monique Lily, Thea. Like these are all designers that are, costly. So it's a way to access them
Mhm.
for, you know, all our rentals range for the most part between like 110 to 150 is like the majority.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, any dress that you're getting for like a gala or something like that's going to cost at least that anyways, plus, right? And then you're not getting the designer. And so it makes for a great experience for people wanting to try that out.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And also being able to try a different style, something that you
Yeah.
wouldn't normally wear. You can try it out for one night.
Yeah,
and-
it's fun to go out of your comfort zone
Yeah.
a little bit because it is a rental. Like, why not?
Yes. Yeah. That does sound like it. It makes me think about like when you're a little girl doing dress up, right? And I have teenage girls and they're always like, oh, let me show you what I bought. And
Yeah.
when you were describing the change room experience, it makes me think about that.
Yes. Totally. It's like a way for you to experience that yourself, that like wonder of it all.
Yeah.
Mhm. You guys mentioned earlier about how the sustainable piece is really important to you. Is there anything else you want to add about that?
Yeah, it's just like we don't want to be wasteful. Like we have a team that repairs the dresses, keeps them in really good condition, and so we keep them in our rotation as long as possible, and we take care of them. And you know, we don't want to encourage people to buy one-off, one-use
Yeah.
dresses. You know, we have them here. You don't need to buy it. We have them here. You just come to us and you use them, and then every dress gets used so many more times than it would have if it was just purchased by one person.
Right. When we talk about the building of the business, right? Because it doesn't just kind of show up to what it is today. I think you have 40 or 40 plus people maybe working for you
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
What were those early days like when you're really grinding, just trying to make it work? And maybe a bit of like those milestones that got you to where you are today.
Yeah, it was really hard. Sure, everyone who builds a business will tell you the same, but yeah, it was really hard because we were just the two of us doing every aspect of the business ourselves, and you know, figuring out the points where we couldn't handle it anymore and needed to take on more people. And it started with, you know, maybe two part-timers, and then grew to like 3 or 4, and then going from there, realizing roles that we didn't know we needed that then came up that we created, and systems that we created as we went to sort of make it's a quite logistically complicated business, as you can probably imagine. So, you know, figuring all that out as we went, and it's you know, we're still in that process never ends, right?
Yeah.
So we're
Yes.
still in it.
Trial and error.
Yes.
But it was good. I mean, it's you don't grow unless you try things and learn and push.
And our first location was just like this little like apartment on a second floor that we converted. Like the living room was the change room, or was the showroom, and the bedroom was the change room, and the office.
Kitchen was the office.
The kitchen was the office. It was yeah, and then grew to our next location after that because we just were building our inventory and building our team, and now we're in this current location. Yeah, exactly, with about 40, and you know, we have a QA team QAing all the garments before they go out. We have a shipping team. We have
customer service, e-com, like all the
we never had any.
Yeah,
it was us doing everything.
It's like we had all those hats, but we think that's really important that we've done all of those roles.
Yes,
you know your own business inside and out.
Yes. Yeah, I think about that a lot too as a business owner myself sometimes because especially when you're in those early stages, you really are like you're the lawyer, the HR, like all the things, right? Maybe you could subcontract some stuff, but right? You're figuring it out. It is really, really challenging.
Everything. And I mean, those are all full-time jobs, but you're doing them all.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And it feels, I know for myself, like as you can hire you can subcontract, then hire somebody, and you're like, oh yes, like it just feels so good to put those systems in place. And as you said, the learning never stops because
Yeah.
you get to the next stage and then the next thing happens, right? Where you have to really level up as well. What are some of the lessons you learned along the way while building the business together?
So many.
Hiring the right people is really
Yes.
important and hard.
Like the ones who fit your values and the
Yeah.
ones who, whatever your mission is for your business, they have to believe in that.
Mm-hmm.
Because we have to put our trust in them, and yeah,
Yeah.
we have to be on the same page.
I'd say also just like the trial and error of it. Like anything new that we implemented, we would test it out. Like we would just do that thing, whatever it is. Like, oh, let's try this new way of managing people in the change rooms, or let's try this new thing at front desk, and then use that to figure out, does that work? Does that not work? Tweak along the way. So things like that were always important.
Yeah.
Like to just try it, just do it, and that's how you'll figure it out.
Yes. Yeah, it takes a lot of like bravery and risks, especially when you said too, like you're starting with a gap in the market, right? And you're trying to figure it out. And so there's not necessarily, a very clear path for you
Roadmap.
either in terms of exactly what that should look like. Can you talk about some of those bold moves that you made along the way or risks?
Letting people borrow dresses and then bring them back.
Expensive dresses
That's a
and bring
risk.
them back.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's so many. It's just I guess it's just like figuring out the logistics side of it, because like just the in and out of the dresses, like you have to make sure they're back and getting cleaned in time for the next renter. So that was like a whole thing.
There was so much learning, and just we had to create a community and have them trust us. That we're going to deliver their dress for their important event. I think we really built that organically over time too, with people just telling their friends, telling their coworker or their sister that they came to us and they had a really good experience, and then it grew from there. But it was really just the two of us, like with our heads down, like just figuring out how to make it work, and
yes,
keeping the calm on the surface while in the background sometimes there's a little chaos and stuff, but I'm sure that's every business as well. And I think like when we moved to our bigger space, like not this one, the one but prior, like signing like a 5-year lease on quite a large space at the time for us was like a huge leap. And then moving in here and renovating this whole, we're in 9,000 square feet headquarters now, like that was a huge leap. And it's definitely exciting. There's never a dull moment. I'll say that.
For other women, sometimes taking those big risks can be really scary. What advice would you give to somebody, whether it's, starting a company or moving up in their current role to a different role? Like, what advice would you give to them?
I would say sometimes it's like, it's almost better to just be like kind of naive and blind to it and just jump in and do it, because otherwise if you knew how crazy it is to build a business, you could probably be paralyzed
by
indecision. And it doesn't, like we've had our business for 10 years now. Like it's not overnight. It's like 10-year overnight. Right? So it's all little by little. You just plug away at it. Like especially somebody who's really just starting their business, like think of ways that you can do it that's doable in your own world. Like maybe if you're launching a product, maybe there's a retailer that exists that you can pop up in their space for a weekend and test the market and talk to customers and get feedback. Or maybe, it's just online and something you can manage on the side. So there's definitely ways to do it. Like every business that doesn't start with overnight success. It's all like little things,
you see the successes down the road, but it's definitely not where it started.
Exactly. So
and like we did our pop-up shop before we were this business. We did our retail pop-up shop for years, and we still had our full-time job at the same time. So we were just on the weekends, at nights, on our days off.
I would agree that overthinking piece is really that you mentioned at the beginning there, like is the piece that really holds people back. And I often think that, you just can't overthink those big decisions, right? You just have to kind of believe in yourself and you jump and you figure it out. When you have a partner where you can encourage people, I know for me, sometimes I have one project where I do it with another partner, and just those days where one of you is off, maybe the other one's on, and those kinds of things can really also help you carry through some of those challenging times.
No, I know. I have such like high regard for solo entrepreneurs for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, and
But
it's
yeah, like
finding.
I'm sure it's hard to find somebody you can trust.
Hmm, hmm.
But if you do find that person, then absolutely, it's worthwhile. Like you said, if
Mhm.
somebody's having an off day or somebody has to be pulled away for something, then you know that there's always somebody there. And
Yes.
and also just like having to make decisions or having to deal with issues or situations that
Hmm.
problems that
Yeah.
always
To
arise,
bounce
just
off
have
someone.
that who cares as much as you do to
Hmm.
bounce off the ideas.
Yes. Yeah, it also has skin in the game too, right?
Yeah,
It's like their money and
yeah,
too, and trying to make it work. I appreciated too what you shared about how at the beginning how it really can be a lot of work. And I don't know, have you guys seen the criticism of Emma Grede? I haven't read her book yet, but she I think helped start Skims and
okay.
the jeans that maybe Khloe Kardashian sells. And she's a really big entrepreneur. She just released a book. And in it, she talks about, is quite honest about what it's like being a working mom and like
Yeah,
how she figures some of those things out. And she's been really criticized. You know, I look back at my own experience and I think, well, I think she's partially just being honest about
right.
what it takes sometimes when you have big dreams, right? And you want to, you know, carry both of those things.
What was the criticism?
I know. I'm curious what the
Well,
criticism.
one of the things she said is something about how she'll only spend like maybe on a Saturday or something like that, like 3 hours with her kids. Like that's kind of the max she can do, and then she's off doing something else. But like
Right.
she makes sure she goes and has dinner with her kids, and then I think she often works later. So she's definitely prioritizing it, but it's in like chunks. She is pretty militarized with her schedule. Like she
Right.
wants to see her kids in the morning, so she makes them all get up at like 7 or 7:30 or but yeah, it was interesting like as a working mom myself and somebody who also, you know, grew early in my career as a director, putting my kids to bed and working at night. I was like, well, I feel like I feel seen in what she's saying.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you've got like it's you do you like you've got to
Hmm.
do it how it
Yeah.
works for you.
Hmm.
100%. Like you've at least you're making the time to see the
Yeah, like,
kids. The,
no
the
one
mom
should
guilt doesn't go away. We're all gonna
Yeah.
have
Yes.
who's the
Yeah.
mom is gonna have the mom guilt. Like I certainly always do, and but I always try to make sure to have, I'll come into the office Monday to Friday and have the weekends with the kids, but like it never turns off. There's always things, there's always
Hmm.
going on, there's always emails, but it's just as much as possible. Um,
Hmm.
Focusing on your children when it's time to be with them and focusing on your business when it's time for that. But it's all juggling. It's
Yes.
you can't judge
No,
judge other moms. It's
no.
just like you have
No,
to
it's hard no matter what, right? And it is possible. Sometimes I think you just need to remind people like you can do things like this and still be a good mom. It's
absolutely
hard and it's work, but you can be. To just remind people of that sometimes.
I
exactly.
think it's even being a better mom, like you're an inspiration to your kids. Like that's
Hmm.
incredible.
Yeah,
Hmm.
just an example.
Yeah, my kids have had some pretty interesting experiences with Women Don't Do That. Even just sometimes they'll come home from school and they end up meeting like an Olympian. One of my kids got to meet with a member of parliament, and also in my day job, I run a public affairs agency, like doing government relations in Ottawa, and so my kids have got to meet prime ministers and premiers
Oh,
and
that's amazing.
go to some pretty fun events like that. And usually I don't want to go, but I'm like, listen, like this is a pretty cool experience. You're coming. You're gonna
Yeah,
get to
that's so
meet this
cool.
really cool person and learn new things. And yeah, so dragging them along a bit so they can see how it works. And I've just started my 15-year, well, she started when she was 14 actually, doing some work for me. And it was hard at first because you forget what it's like when you're that young because
Yeah.
they don't know really how to kind of do anything almost. I'm like, oh, hopefully I can like mold her into just like being an awesome helper.
Yes,
That's
for
so
sure.
cool.
Yeah,
And they'll
starting
appreciate all
Zan.
these things when they're older too,
Hmm.
looking back.
Oh yeah.
I hope so. That's the goal, right? What is really energizing you in your roles right now in your company? Like, what are you excited about? because it's hard work, right? So what's fun? What keeps you going?
There's lots of fun. I mean,
Mhm.
it's lots of hard work, but you try to find the joy in it. Like we try to celebrate as many
Mhm.
milestones as we can, and just like giving ourselves like pats on the back as much
Mhm.
as and encouraging each other. But like
Yeah.
what energizes me is again like our customers and our community, and just like hearing like the joy they have and the fun that they have and the experience they have, and also us for us just like growing our business, and like we're always talking about ideas, we're always talking
Mhm.
about how to expand and how to scale, and that that's always like fun to think about that side of the business, rather than we're always getting
Yeah.
inundated in the day-to-day minutia, and it's hard not to.
Mhm.
But
Yes.
we can really focus on like growing and scaling and being creative, and that's always gives us joy. And of course the fashion side of things,
Mhm. Mhm.
going to New York for buying trips and seeing all
Oh
the
my
collections
gosh.
next season,
Yeah, it's so fun.
and that's we always look forward to that.
Yeah.
That's great. Have you met some interesting people?
Yeah.
Oh yes.
There's some interesting
We
designers
meet,
who won't name
yeah,
names.
we meet interesting people all the time. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I bet it seems like in fashion, like lots of like real creatives, right? And
Yeah.
interesting minds and some
Characters. Yeah. Yeah.
eclectic characters.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
It's fun.
it is fun.
oh, that's really exciting. Is there anything you want to make sure as we kind of close off into rapid fire questions that listeners know right now, whether it's about the business or about the work that you're both doing?
Just that if you are hesitant to try it for any reason, like it's easy and it's fun. And we recommend the next time that you're in a stress situation where you're like, oh, I have this event coming up and I don't know what I'm gonna wear and I have to go to the mall and like it's a stress in the back of your mind. Don't do that. Just come to us instead and we'll make it easy, we'll make it fun. And we try to make it like as absolutely stress free as possible. Like we're there with you. Like we've all been through that moment where maybe your body went through a change, maybe you're not feeling
Hmm.
your best, or you just don't want to go to this event, or it's
Mhm.
giving you anxiety for some reason, the whole process. But
Hmm.
we're women, we understand that, we've been through it all, so we're right there with you, and we genuinely care about you feeling your best, not even just looking your best, but like feeling your best self, feeling like your truest and best self. And so we're there to like help you, like light up when you come out of the change
Mm.
room or when you receive your dress at home and try it on. We're going to be there with you like every step of the way. So try it out is my
Yeah,
advice.
and we also have so many different styles, and
Mhm.
and
There's
and
something for everyone.
there's something for everyone, and you don't need to go search around the mall, because we've got evening bags, we've got like faux fur
Mm.
toppers, we've
Mhm.
Oh,
got glasses,
wow.
jewelry, we've got everything you need, the kind of solution wear. So it's truly, we try and make it kind of a one-stop shop for everything you need for a great night out.
Oh,
Mhm.
that sounds amazing. I love what you said, Angela, about women's bodies changing because
Yeah.
I know I have a gown in my closet that I wore early on in my career. It doesn't fit. So the next time I'm going to a gala, like I am gonna have to buy a new one or whatever, right? So that's an instance where, yeah, it would make more sense to rent something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
100%. Or a woman who, if she just had a
A
baby
baby,
and her
yeah.
body's changed, or
Yes.
even we even have a maternity collection that you
Mhm.
can, if you
Oh,
are
wow.
to be
Mhm.
able to, that's truly one time
Yeah.
wear. Yeah. So
Yeah, that's great because that stuff is so hard to find, especially stuff that's nice for when you're
yeah,
pregnant. Like,
exactly.
yeah, you could tell your business is run by women when you say things like that. I was at a basketball tournament with my daughter on the weekend, and I look at some of the uniforms. I'm like, oh, like you can tell which ones were designed by women and which
Right.
ones are designed by men. I'm like, those colors are horrific.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah, yeah.
design is horrific. Like
Yeah.
it's down to those girls' knees. They hate their
Yes.
life. Like it's just
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah.
For sure.
I don't know if you guys have ever seen those comments on social media where you'll see a designer who's a man and he's designed like a beautiful dress, and in the comments somebody will write like, you can tell he just really loves women.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
No, it's for sure. And we always try to pick styles that that we think will be, you know, what women want to wear
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
like
Right.
her. And I hate to use the word flattering for the body, but
Yeah.
that
Yeah, well, that's what we want, right? We all want to feel good and
yeah,
look good and
yeah.
wow at whatever event it is.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's it. And like we're all about like you having that sort of quote unquote Cinderella moment, no matter what the occasion is. Like if you're going to a backyard barbecue or you're going to like win an award at a gala, then we still want you to feel your best at whatever that event is.
And no matter what your style is, like maybe you're someone like fashion's not your thing, or you don't like it, or you find it intimidating. Well, we have pieces for you too. It's not all going to be like really intimidating, like fashion forward pieces. We have stuff for the person who maybe dresses up once a year only when they have to, but we have something that's going to feel like you, not like our version of you, but your version of you.
Exactly. Like Lee said, there's so many different styles and options from like more classic and simple to those kind of more fashiony pieces. And that's a good point. Is like we never want people to feel intimidated to come in. Like this is not for me. It's really for anyone who has a formal occasion. That's who it's for.
Yeah, and I love that idea, right? Because it's like you can stick with kind of what you like, but I also think it's fun sometimes. I know for me, I'm like, sometimes I like to try on something that I don't think I would ever wear.
It's really fun.
Yeah, that happened last year actually. I wore a dress to something that I normally wouldn't have worn, and my youngest daughter had picked it out. People kept being like, I would have never tried that on. So I love like that you encourage that and that there's lots of options for that because sometimes that's where the secret sauce is. You'll get surprised.
Yeah, 100%. We actually have a lot of our customers say, I would have never tried that on. I would have never picked that. I'm glad. And they end up being
they love it. They pick it.
And so that's the fun of it. It's just like, you're here, come try it on. And like, you'll be surprised at what you like.
Yeah.
Our team's really good at making those suggestions too and being like, just try it.
Yes. Yeah. You get really good at it when you're doing that kind of work. And I like how you have the online consultant piece too, because then at least you get that kind of remote piece if you can't be there in person, which is great
too. So we always encourage anyone sort of, if you're in the Toronto area, definitely come in. But yeah, if you're outside of it, then we can do the virtual appointment. And then during our busy season, which is kind of like now, we always recommend if you want more time, just come in during the week because the weekends are a bit busier. But it's a great experience.
Great. Well, let's jump into the rapid fire questions. Okay. What is one action that you would recommend listeners could take today to just move forward?
I don't know.
I guess I always say just do it.
Just do it.
Just like literally just start, if it's a seed of an idea, just start like plotting it out on a piece of paper and like and start talking to people. Like you'd be surprised how much just talking to people in your network and like verbally saying the idea that you have, they'll say, oh, I have a friend who's into that. You should talk to her and that kind of thing. And just like, just start. Don't keep it hidden inside yourself.
Yeah, people's networks are amazing, right? Like talk to this person, and and
totally, and people want to help.
I find especially with women, in many cases, because it's been so hard often to get to where you are. Like we're quite happy to connect, you to other people in our networks if we can be helpful.
I think we're naturally kind of connectors. So
can you name a rule you broke that turned out to be a great decision?
I have to think about that.
I mean, even just renting instead of buying.
It's
true.
It was hard, like Julie said, that first week of having a rack of dresses that we decided, nope, these are not for sale, these are just for rent. And then people coming in saying, I want to buy it. And me having to say to them, no, after for so long being used to be.
And in your head, you're like, did I crunch the numbers right? Did I do the business case right? Because I could just get money for this right now.
Exactly.
And we really believed in it. So like, even at that moment of saying no, I feel like I knew in my heart that was the right decision because we knew that over time this dress would actually make more money and make more people happy than just one sale. And I think the person like did end up renting it. So I guess, that would probably be definitely.
Can you name another woman that inspires you?
Oh, I'd say Joanna Griffiths. She's a Canadian entrepreneur. I'm sure you know from who's the founder of Nix, and just like her story of how she grew from like we met her even when she had just started her business and to see like the empire she's grown and how like the biggest exit. Well, it wasn't a full exit, but like for a female entrepreneur, it's like amazing to watch and see. So we would take a lot of inspiration from her.
Yeah, she's incredible.
Yeah, that's amazing. What is a book that maybe you've learned something from or has inspired you?
Oh my gosh.
There's a book. It's actually from the hospitality industry.
Yes.
It's called Unreasonable Hospitality by Will Guidara. He
Yeah.
came from the like luxury restaurant industry in New York. He just talks a lot about, you know, how to treat people and how to grow your business coming from everything based on like exceptional hospitality. So we've always like really looked up to him, and you know, because our goal is to offer the best customer service out there. And I think that book to me was really inspiring.
Agree. We were so energized by that book.
Yeah.
We both like
got really excited.
were like sharing notes on it.
Yeah, we even went to
love
this conference
that.
in New York and
Yeah.
stuff. We got really
We're such
excited.
nerds.
Oh my gosh, I love that so much. It's one of the things I find, even in the work that I do, which I don't know, I guess in politics can somewhat maybe seem boring. It's like bringing creativity to it. And I often find it comes from reading stuff outside of the sector. So
Yeah.
I'll read like all kinds of stuff or lots of marketing, just like random stuff, random podcasts about business. And then I'll like pull stuff in and people will be like, where did you come up with that? And it could be, yeah, like this restaurant thing or
Totally.
it's just,
Because it's all hospitality and customer service. It doesn't matter what industry
Yeah.
it is. It's either good
Mhm.
at customer service or it's not. So you can get
Yes.
tickets from any industry.
yes. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. And we'll
you.
make sure to put all of the details in there so people can find the dresses and take a look and explore what's out there. And hopefully they will check it out. So thank you for your time.
Yay,
Thank you. Thanks for having
It
us. It was so
fun.
nice.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us on Women Don't Do That. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a rating or review. Connect with us on Instagram at WOMENdontDOthat and visit our website www.WOMENdontDOthat.com for more details. Join our Patreon to support our work. Find all of the links in the show notes. Remember, you have the power to transform your what ifs into let's go. Together, let's redefine your possible. Until next time. The opinions expressed by guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of Women Don't Do That, Stephanie Mitton, or affiliated brands.